Hey, I'm Swan, and in this little video series thing, I'll be going over some original concept ideas that I've had for Dead by Daylight. I'm going to be doing quite a few of these. Some of them are obviously original ideas that I just had to write down. Some of them are my dream licensed chapters that I would love to see come to the game. And some of them I've stolen from other people. Just kidding. I have a good friend who made their own concepts for a while. They grew out of Dead by Daylight, and they've helped me create some of these, especially in terms of like balancing, well, quote unquote balancing. It's Dead by Daylight. How balanced can it be? Um, um, yeah, they gave me ideas for like when there's a flaw in like a perk, they would help me overcome that. Maybe say if a perk wasn't very fun, he would give me ideas to make it fun, you know? Um, so yeah, he's a very talented artist. I'll be linking some of his stuff in the description below. Uh, Probably his Twitter is best, right? I'll have to ask him before this video's done. But yeah, they're very talented and a good friend o' mine. So a little while ago, I'm talking months ago, by the way, I saw on the Dead by Daylight subreddit, someone said that we have killers from all across time. Like we've got the plague from, what's it called? Babylon, is it? Yeah. Plagues from Babylon. My God. Oni obviously is from like feudal Japan, and Blight is Scottish. Blight is from like Victorian era Scotland. Can you call it Victorian era if it's Scotland? Was that? I'm not a history person. But all our survivors are all from similar times. They come from around like between, I guess, could you say early 80s to now? Because obviously all the Resident Evil characters are from the 90s. All the Most of them are from the 90s. I would take a wild guess at actually. Um, but yeah, this person on the Dead by Daylight subreddit came up with the idea for, I think it was something like a, oh god, what was it? It was like a early 1900s train conductor or engineer, I think. Um, anyway, it was really cool. If I can find the post, I'll obviously either show it here with, hopefully with permission, or I will just link it. So yeah, that got me thinking, what if we had a survivor who was literally a survivor? And of course, all of them are survivors, but I mean like someone who was surviving before they came to the fog. Someone who, not like a soldier or like in the army or anything, they were just surviving. I'm talking about a prehistoric survivor, caveman maybe, or at least early human. I just thought, how funny would that be? Wouldn't that be so silly? Haha. And then, yeah, I just kind of. So anyway, here's my idea for Thag Simmons. If you know, you know. And I'll be going over his perks: Primitive Instinct, Domesticator, and Inventor of Flames. Primitive Instinct. When within 10, 15, 20 meters of a pallet, a faint red line will lead you straight to drop pallets, while a yellow line will show you upright pallets. Now, my friend said that this was just a weaker version of Windows of Opportunity, but I had to explain to him why it kind of wasn't. Obviously, you see the auras of vault locations and pallets with Windows of Opportunity, and maybe if you're on an indoor map, it could be behind a wall. You go to find that pallet to try and stun the killer, and you're an entire room away. Like maybe there's another wall in front of you, and you just can't reach it. So this perk kind of works more like a GPS, like a sat nav kind of thing. At the end of the road, drop the pallet, that kind of thing. So yeah, it doesn't go through walls. It's just the quickest possible path to reach the nearest pallet, or well, like it's just pallet, dropped pallets is what I've written. So drop pallets is what it's going to be. No vault spots for you. You can have your windows of opportunity. Okay, and this second perk is Domesticator. Oh wow, I've actually written a description for it here. Canines are hard to come by in the entities realm, but you've heard that the birds are pretty smart. Obviously, this is based on, the fact that early humans domesticated animals. I have nothing more else to really say on that matter, because that just kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? After disturbing 20, 15, 10 crows, one will start to follow you. Pointing in a direction will send the crow flying that way, disturbing other crows and revealing the auras of everything within 12 meters of the crow to all survivors, until it reaches the edge of the map. Losing a health state by any means will make the crow fly away, whether you wanted to or not. This is a perk that I really wanted to make so often because crows are kind of useless. Well, not that they're only helpful situationally, like in the end game when it's just one survivor and the killer's trying to find that one survivor, You can barely call them an information asset, and killers already have spies from the shadows, so I it's only fair that survivors have some way of using crows other than, just looking at them to see if the killer's come in. So yeah, that perk was reworked at least 4 times. Alright, and for this last perk, we have Inventor of Flames. After a pallet or wall has been broken, you can pick up the broken pieces and craft an unlit torch. Interacting with a burning barrel allows you to craft a burning torch. Torches burn for 30, 45, 60 seconds and can be used to light pallets on fire. Pallets burn for 30 seconds until reset or broken. Survivors that interact with a burning pallet will suffer the Deep Wound status effect. Killers that break a burning pallet will be inflicted with the burning status effect for 30 seconds. Now, the burning status effect is obviously a new status effect that I've come up with for this, and it makes it so that killers are more susceptible to light, so, they get blinded quicker. Makes them easier to see, from a distance, especially on darker maps like Autohaven or Macmillan. And whilst they are under the effects of the burning stats effect, the fire can be spread towards other pallets. So maybe say the killer is being affected by the burning stats effect and you take them to a not so safe loop. You don't really want to do that because you'll have to drop that pallet, and if you get a stun on them, or if they touch it, then that's not the best situation for you, especially if you want to vault that pallet later on, Because then you'll be stuck burning, you'll have to mend yourself, and yeah, obviously you'll get a speed boost from, losing the health state if you vault the pallet, so it's kind of like having live, but you take a hit for it, but also you can damage the killer slightly. All right, editor's note, which is also me. For some reason, I didn't even think about saying this, but it's mainly just good for god pallets. So either the killer has to break that pallet now and suffer the burning status effect, and then the consequences of that, or they, just ignore it and leave god pallet up, So yeah, it's like a make your choice for killers. Yeah. Editor's note about the editor's note. It makes strong pallets stronger and it makes weak pallets weaker. So basically, you're going to want to know when to use it and where to use it and like what's the right time to use it, because if you don't, you might really screw yourself over or you might just waste your time and not get any value out of the perk. I don't know why that was so hard to word twice, but yeah. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment, tell me what you think, whether you would use any of these perks, if you would use them in any kind of build, like what perks might go well with them. I'd really love to hear that, actually. And remember to subscribe. That feels weird saying that, given that this is my first, commentary video. I've never really done this kind of thing before. And follow me on Twitch at SwanHexagon. Obviously, I play Dead by Daylight. I've been playing a little bit of Evil Dead as well, hoping that that kind of community kicks off a little bit more as well. But we'll see. It's all a matter of time. and I hope you look forward to more videos like this in the future. I think I have some good stuff in the works. Obviously yet to record them, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.